Well, striking me down, I thought dealing with the cobra Japanese maple was going to be tough enough, but as I looked at this and the horrible bugs that were all over it, I got a call. Would you believe who it's from? It was from Adam of Notion Bonsai. He's actually threatened to come across from Ireland to the UK. All I have to do is drive to East Midlands Airport, pick him up, bring him over, put him up for 2 nights, feed him several meals, keep him occupied, entertained. I mean, what do you do with someone who's, is he 24? I don't know. Goodness, I'll have to play games and all sorts. Regardless of that, we are going to have some fun, I think. But you know what? I want to see if I can put him on the spot. And I know all of you out there saying, Zav, that's really not fair. Hi, it's Saviour and welcome to my Bonsai Retreat. And yes, I'm pretty well over the moon because having Adam of Notion Bonsai visit me in Grantham is it's a bit of a treat. I mean, I've had Jason Hanrahan, I've had Andy from Bonsai Crazy, and of course I've had Yella of Growing Bonsai, who may repeat that visit in another month or so. Fingers crossed. But you know what? I never expected a call from Adam, and he's going to spend 2 days with me. So I think it's fair that we give him a tree that he can play with, so at least he's got something to show on his channel. The first of them is this this juniper. Now, Adam, you won't see this until you get here, but this is the one I'm looking at first. Don't know which variety exactly, but it's a pretty decent one for bonsai. But the problem is it's got some serious issues in it, and it's not that I don't know what to do with it. I feel a bit spoiled with choice whether I wire it up, and I've talked about it before. Some of the branches are quite stiff, to be fair, so I might lend him some wire if he wants it, and if he wants to gin it and blowtorch it. In fact, he's got free range to do what he likes with it. And then, do you know what? It did occur to me, and I haven't watched every video on his channel, that's for sure. I don't think I've seen him do that much with Scots pine. So I've had this Scots pine in my collection from a sapling, basically. It's about 9 years old. But you know what? I'm being fair. This has got loads of branch structure. It's got lots of, I would think, quite easy options on it. So unlike that juniper you've just seen, if he wants to go for the slightly easier option, I think it's right here. And I'm going to give him a third one that might present a little bit more of a challenge and see what he comes up with. Yeah, why not throw this lovely Japonica, I think it's Amina, A-M-O-E-N-A, which is going to be a dwarf azalea. And look at it, beautiful, beautiful pink purpley flowers. Now, I apologise now, I imagine by the time Adam gets here, which is actually going to be in about 3 weeks' time, they will be falling off, which makes it an ideal time to do anything from repotting, styling, whatever. Now, also hoping to do a bit of a Q&A with Adam and ask all those questions I'm sure many of us want to know, and hopefully he'll answer a few of them. But anyway, I need to get the car sorted, cleaned, hoovered out, so I can nip over to East Midlands and pick him up. In fact, I might just go over there now and just wait for him. I'm that excited. I really am not being funny. The aircraft has just come in through the rain. I'm not joking. I was absolutely soaking wet. I couldn't even find a parking space. But you know what? This stool isn't for me to just feel secure and hold on to. I've got someone who's about to sit on it. Because yes, Adam of Notion Bonsai was actually on that flight. Come in. Adam.
Good to see you, Xavier.
I can't believe you've come all the way out to see me.
Thank you for having me here at your house.
Do you know what the best bit about it is? We have had, what, 6, 7 weeks of sun?
Yeah.
How much sun have you seen so far?
Just completely raining since I got here.
It's about 4:30 now in the afternoon, and Adam came back probably about, I don't know, 1 o'clock, something like that, and it has been raining the whole time.
All day.
We have been talking about all sorts of things. It's been absolutely fun, and I tell you what, Adam's got so much going on in his life. Mum's the word, but tell you what, you want to keep your eye on Notion Bonsai because there's lots of things coming. So you haven't seen this.
Have not.
The good thing is, you guys have all seen it. Can I say guys and gals, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Well, I thought I'd be a bit horrible because you and I started within a month of each other.
On YouTube?
On YouTube.
Alright.
In fact, there were 5 people who started around about the same time, and all of them are well known for very different reasons. Can you name 5 of them? Yella, growing bonsai. Jason Hanahan, the Bonsai Garden. Obviously me, of the Bonsai Retreat.
Who else?
There was you.
That was me.
And there's one other person, God rest his soul.
Tony of Tony's Bonsai.
Tony of Tony's Bonsai. Yeah. We were the 5, we all started within a month of each other in 2022, and we've all had very different journeys. And the first thing I want to do is say thanks. Because there's 2 things that you taught me through your video approach. Because, I mean, I'll say this now, I think Adam is the example, and when I say the word younger generation, please don't start throwing potatoes at me, but you are for me the future of bonsai, certainly in the UK, the wider whatever, because you've turned around to me and said you don't need to have been doing bonsai for 20 years and to have no hair, grey hair, or been to China or been to Japan and had big masters. You just need to have, well, what do you need to have?
You need to have the curiosity to learn new things and the patience.
Do you need red hair?
Not always.
Because, come on.
It helps.
Who here doesn't like Notion Bonsai? Because Adam is so enthusiastic and he's like, the hair's everywhere. I mean, I tried to do it, but it is everywhere, but it's normally on my trousers, that's all. But no, I think the thing is you talk about scene changes in all your videos and these vlogs, constantly changing scenes, coming in close in, changing really angles.
Yeah, I think whenever I was getting started in bonsai, what I really wanted to see from like a lot of people was like close-ups.
Yeah.
And I just thought I would implement that into my videos and show what I wanted to see, because there'd be times people's pruning and I just want to see what's going on. So.
Well, I tell you what, it definitely made it, and just to see how good. I mean, you've got nearly 80,000.
80,000.
Just a few off 80,000 now.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
It's crazy.
114 videos.
Okay, right.
Can you remember your first video?
Yes, it was the beginner bonsai. So if you're new to bonsai, the first thing you're probably thinking is, what can be bonsaied, or where do I get bonsai seeds? At least that's what I was thinking whenever I started bonsai, and I started looking on eBay and they were trying to sell me bonsai seeds. They don't exist.
You know what, we've all been beginners, and what I like about you is you're so approachable, you're so real as well.
Thank you very much.
Are you real? You're not one of those AI inputs, are you?
AI generated.
Because I have to say though, on that first video, in fact, it says, all right, how's it going everybody? That was his opening line. You know, when we're going to look back, when I'm dead probably, those lines will be immortalised as the start and creation of Notion Bonsai. But that video, 104,000 views.
On the first video?
First ever video, 104,000 views.
Right.
And I think it's a testament to just how well that went down. And there's a couple of other videos we'll talk about, but yeah, it made an impression on me. And so much so that I need to regain my elderly sort of dominance, you know, stereotypical dominance, because that's what we expect. So I thought I'd challenge him. And right behind his head here is this juniper. Now you've all seen it, and I'm going to ask Adam, can he do something with it?
Let's do it.
What we are going to say here is that Adam clearly needs to do a couple of videos himself. And then not only have we got the juniper, because you're going to do that, what, hour? Take your hour, 45 minutes? Because I've watched your videos. None of your videos are longer than 25 minutes.
It takes a lot longer than it takes to watch.
You mean there's more to it than what we see?
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, a lot of time lapses, a lot of stuff's cut out to make it nice and easy to watch.
Yeah.
But I like to take my time with wiring.
If you get to this Scots pine,
we're all still learning.
We're all still learning, definitely. Do you think you could do something with that, with some wire?
I think that would be. We could wire this down here, create some pads. Just.
It's still, yeah, wow. Yeah. But again, I don't want to ruin Adam's video, because Adam's going to give his usual Adam style Notion Bonsai with his tool roll. We think, we hope, or maybe not. Have you got your tool roll with?
Tool roll. I'm sorry. I was meant to bring it.
There are 3 things about Adam's videos that always make them memorable and make them Adam. First one, what do you think?
Tools, right?
anyone who sees that tool roll go out knows it's going to be a Notion Bonsai video.
And now before we begin, the tools that I will be using in this video today are...
So we've got the tools.
What's next?
The first one I actually put, and I've already mentioned it, for me it was always just that red hair.
Okay.
Everywhere. It's just so alive. It's like the way you do your videos. And the third one I've already mentioned as well. Do you know which it is? And it had a big impact on me and changed the way I did some of mine.
Different camera angles?
It's the different camera angles, snappy scene changes. I think they call it vlogging and stuff like that.
Very similar to like a vlog style video where you're just keeping it interesting instead of it staying on the one shot for a long time.
So if I was going to get you to put something in the comments, you know what it would be? Put down in the comments what it is that you find so memorable and good about Adam of Notion Bonsai's videos.
And let us know in the comments what you find memorable about Xavier's. You didn't expect that one. It's more brown than red, I think.
Sorry, you think it's more brown than red?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's probably a better thing for the comments, isn't it? Do you think Adam's is brown or red? I'd call you strawberry blonde, but I'm not sure you take that well.
No, I don't mind.
That's all right. And before us, we are not going to do height comparisons. If you want to do height comparisons, there's a really good video of Tony's Extravaganza. And in fact, do you remember us meeting? That's the first place that we actually met.
Yeah, in Tony's garden.
Yeah, God rest his soul. It was a great event. We had Jason Hanrahan there. We had so many bonsai people there. But
Alex was there too.
Alex Braunton.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that also I was incredibly amazed by is that I knew that Tony was going to ask someone to do a demonstration or a display with one of the trees. Next thing I know, the first time I meet you really is when I get told by Tony that that you're going to be doing the demonstration on this tree. Do you remember what tree it was?
It was a big hawthorn. Yeah, I don't think he said he was going to ask me to do something, but I didn't know what tree. It's kind of like what you're doing here today. Same punishment.
It's based here. It's a competitive way of trying to make me look better than Adam, or Tony was. No, not really. It was daunting because was that the first time you've done a demonstration?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that was the first time I did one. Yeah, before I did workshops and things like this, that was the first one, and it was an honour. It's got a nice craggly bark here at the front, so I'm thinking maybe this would be a nice front.
Yeah, it's got a nice bit of movement as well, just gentle, graceful movement.
For those of you who haven't watched the video, I was lucky enough, well no, you know me, I can't keep my mouth shut. And I got the opportunity to ask you a few questions, and I think we did a bit of a double team there. You did all the skill, and
it helped so much in the demo when Xavier was firing questions at me, because it kept it moving, and you were asking the right questions that beginners would have, like why are you cutting here, and what's wrong with inverse taper. That was a good question.
No, but yeah, so that was a good thing. But actually, before I segued, you know how I like on this channel, isn't that a good word, segue? So anyone who knows what segue means, whack that down in the comments. But this is also another, probably one of his most popular videos, believe it or not. And would it be called by chance How to Make a Bonsai from Azalea?
That's the one.
Yeah, I think he picked up on How to Make is a good little title. Do you know how many people have watched it?
No.
395,000 people. And I watched it and I didn't actually learn anything. But that's no,
you already know it all.
A really good video, but I think what I'm trying to say here, he's done really well in a very, very short time. But do you know what? You keep on surprising me by the amount of stuff you keep trying to learn.
Yeah.
You're always listening. I never feel like you're unwilling to learn anything new. And of course, it's not bonsai for breakfast, but Adam, you're going to be eat as much as you can breakfast.
Okay.
I do probably know that you've got your dietary habits, but Yella had 3 plates.
Okay, well,
and you did say something about the Japanese system of eating 80%?
And 80% till you're full, and it's sort of, I think it makes you live longer. I know in Okinawa, this is one of the practices they would do. So, I've never been there, but I like researching things like this, and I try to do this myself. I never really eat them stuffed, because I don't even like the feeling, so. Yeah,
I know that. I'm doing a carnivore diet. Oh, that's stuffing. And I think the best thing to do is let's.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to be talking about Adam and some of the products that he's been looking at with his shop. In fact,
I got a gift.
You got me a box.
Yeah.
Take 9. We'll leave it at that, shall we? I've got this lovely box in my hand.
How about, right, I just present it to you again.
Here, take this. Can I go, ooh, what's in your hand?
You ready?
Yeah. Hang on now, go back, hang on. I'm going to do this for you. Do you know what? Adam's got something in his lap and I want to reach down and take it. What have you got? Wow.
Yeah, so I brought Xavier some gifts and some products that I sell in my store.
This isn't a sales pitch, but I've got some Camellia Oil, antibacterial, fungicidal, insect repellent. So when I finish with the trees, I've got those mozzies around. Quick squirt.
Yeah, sure. I just thought, since Xavier's let me stay in his place as a thank you, I sent you over some goodies.
Got some bonsai. You're having a mick take, aren't you? Bonsai feed, because you know I don't fertilise anything. Finally, my trees are going to get fertilised, but this is all through your own recipes and stuff.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into what's in them because that's all down to your hard work. Root growth gel, loads of stuff, and you know that I've been using loads of cut paste, so this is brilliant. This, wow. I've been spoilt rotten here. Poor old Adam's falling off the edge. Although he's got a stool, unlike Yella didn't get a stool, he's got the edge of the table, so it keeps getting pushed into his back. Anyway, that's fantastic, and we're going to get to see and use all of this stuff. And I'm not going to go into great detail because Adam made a big point of saying, please don't embarrass me by promoting all these things. But you know that I use some of Adam's stuff.
I would much rather, like, you just tell me what you think, and that's a lot more valuable.
I think it smells nice.
Yeah.
I love you. I love your cut putty. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're slightly that way, a little more that way, and then yeah, you can see the tree.
Okay. Right. Believe it or not, we've had our 45 minutes of dryness, and the rain's coming down. And do you know what? You want to know what happens to this? So, Adam, this is going to be the first one.
Okay.
That we're going to challenge you with.
It's a good challenge.
And I look forward to seeing what happens. Here we are. This is the table. The challenge is the same table that was actually over there. Now here I am with Adam, and he's having his breakfast. He likes to leave a sausage or two. That's okay because it's the 80% diet. But I've just seen your face light up.
Yeah, this is a blueberry muffin. I didn't know it was blueberry. I thought it was chocolate chip. So it was such a surprise to bite into it and find out it was blueberry. But it's like the most blueberryest blueberry muffin that I've ever tasted.
Well, that's good to know. Tell us about Mugwort. Oh no, that's another story.
Come back to the Mugwort.
Now, the breakfast was brilliant. You may be wondering what it is that I'm offering to Adam right now. Well, I'm not offering anything to Adam. What exactly have I got in my hand and why?
Okay, so this is Mugwort. Nothing really related to bonsai, but Mugwort is a herb. Is it a herb? I don't even know. Would you call it a herb? Some people would consider it a weed, as they're quite...
Herb, not herb.
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 That's how I speak, Xavier.
I thought Yella had problems speaking, but really?
So, this is... Some people consider it a weed because they grow so invasively, but I really love Mugwort. I grow it at home, and I just couldn't believe as we were walking along the side of the path.
Do you want me to hold that?
Okay. This is how much we got. You could put one in every bedroom in the house.
So, basically we're going to have crazy, wacky dreams. You sure it's not illegal, Adam?
I'm sure.
Can you make bonsai from it?
Yeah, you could try.
Wow. It's making my hands itch. Is that the chemicals that are making my hands itch now? You know, his eyes popped. You saw it in the video when you saw the blueberry muffins. Well, you want to see, it was like a kid in a sweet shop. His hands were waving around, he was pointing, going, Zav, Zav, that's Mugwort. Look, look. He started putting his nose into it, sniffing it heavily.
Yeah,
I have no idea why. Why would you want it?
This has, I don't know the name, I can't remember the name. There's a certain toxin in this plant, and...
Is toxin another word for poison?
Well, it's
actually
a neurotoxin, but it's not really that deadly. I mean, if too much caffeine is deadly, so what it does, it affects the brain in such a way that it gives you very vivid dreams.
Like mushrooms?
Like shiitake mushrooms. So you can either have it hanging in your bedroom, you can make tea out of the leaves, you can dry it out and burn it, and that's quite effective. And you'll notice even hanging this above your bed at night, tie it up by a string, and just have it hanging, and you'll notice the dreams.
Okay, right, first of all, I've been a bit tongue-in-cheek and talked about mushrooms and stuff. All seriousness, this isn't illegal or anything like this. It was just something really amusing that Adam said I should hang over my head. I think it's one big joke, and I'm going to be the butt of that joke. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to hang it. I'm going to see if I have some vivid dreams. It's apparently okay, but anyway, segue.
Okay, so the way this is working is I'm on one of the channels, you're on one of the channels, and whenever you bring this into the edit later, you'll need to separate the channels out, fill the left with right on one of them, and then fill the right with left on the other.
What if so the right on one, on left on the other?
Actually, let's never do it. I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Testing. And then you speak some too.
I speak some too. We've got Adam now. He's getting himself cleared up. It's amazing the setup that's required just to do this. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how exactly he's going to style this juniper. I think it's quite challenging, but he seems confident. He looks like he's got copper wire in his hand as well. The Bonsai Retreat has never seen copper wire, so that will be fun to play with.
You can see sort of the difference between copper's obviously copper coloured.
Yeah.
This is 1.8mm or 13 gauge, and this looks like 2.5mm. 3?
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's aluminium. That's anodized, so it's got that protective.
Yeah. But I did get told off because, like Yellow growing bonsai, Adam too hates turntables, and it makes sense because let's be honest, if the tree turns while you're trying to wire it, what a nightmare.
I mean, it can be nice to show off the tree, but whenever working, I don't like them moving. Just keep them nice and solid. Now, before we start, the tools that we'll be using in this video today are set this up. I'll lock the focus in this area here. I moved it. I gotta go again.
This is all the problem he has with focus and autofocus.
Okay. Now before we start, oh hold on. You gotta see everything. Keep it in the shot. Okay. Now before we begin, the tools that I will be using throughout this video today are zoom in a little bit. Oh, it moves again. Oh, okay.
There's no doubt, isn't it, that the longest and hardest process with the junipers, although it's worthwhile, is actually getting all that bark off.
Yeah.
I was just joking with her saying, I used to have wire brushes, but when we had the big split and James left home with his new wife, it's amazing how many tools and useful bits of equipment suddenly became his.
James, get your dad some wire brushes.
I noticed, Adam, that you're spending quite a lot of time cleaning the pot, and I think you're using that, is that Camellia Oil?
This is a Camellia Oil, yeah.
And what?
You don't have to do this, but before a show, people like to just give the pots, the unglazed pots, just a nice sort of very light coating with either Camellia Oil, walnut oil, just to make it look nice. And I just thought I'd do this pot for you while we're here, just to make it a little bit nicer.
It does, no, it absolutely, it's banging.
Banging. We're talking about how banging, where I'm from in Derry, it's like if something's bad, it's like, or disgusting, it's like, oh, it's banging. You were saying banging's a good thing?
Well, it was back in 2000, but
right.
So a bit of a cultural divide there.
Some Camellia Oil, I've seen others use things like walnut oil. We can just rub that into the bark, into the trunk. We just rub that into the trunk, and as you can see, that nice red colour is really coming out here. Going to go a little bit more around here. As you can see, this piece was a little bit where the cambium came off. As you can see, this little piece here we went a little bit too far. That's okay, that will heal over. I like to leave them a little bit long because sometimes a gin with all these little tendrils can be quite interesting. You don't always have to do that, but just keep it, give it a go, and if it doesn't work, you can always reduce it back later. If we're definitely going to remove this one here, right? It's in the inside of a band. It's not really, with bonsai aesthetics. This one, I think this could come down and fill its space, but I just have to see how much it's got without breaking the branch. So I bend it just. Okay, it's got a lot of energy in there. It's got a lot of flex, so we can definitely bring that down. Make something like that.
Notice right now Adam's attacking the base beneath that gin with the intention of creating what would be quite a natural shari beneath it. As I say, each year as that rolls over you can extend the width, and that's the wonderful joy of working with juniper and some of these species.
Is this one sharper?
You won't find anything sharp in the Bonsai Retreat.
Did Yella say anything about the sharpness?
We won't talk about that. You mentioned it'd be a good idea if I went to sharpen my tools. Do you know what? I thought I'd just interrupt, because I know I've been showing clips of Adam doing some incredible work on that juniper, and it really is coming on so well. I can't believe where it's going and where it's probably going to go to next. But I've told him to have a break, and I notice he's gone wandering. Oh, talking of wandering, he's just... what's he got there in his hands? He's got a big grin on his face. What is it you've actually found there then?
So this is one of your great big Dawn redwoods here. I just love the shape on this. It's got such nice movement. And although these trees aren't traditionally having this curve, you know, they're always very straight, I think just this nice bend, it's got beautiful taper. It's not really clip and grow on the trunk, it's just natural taper. Have you cut this clip and grow anywhere?
No, not at all.
I just like how it's nice and thick here, and it just tapers ever so gradually. There's just one here at the very back. See if I turn it around. Right there.
I went into one wound there.
There's just one clip and grow, and you have this nice taper. I think in another couple of years, when you get this, you know, a little bit more ramified, it's going to be just beautiful.
It's a beautiful Dawn redwood. So you like that one?
Yeah. This one is, what is the species again?
This is Escalonia.
Escalonia. I've never heard of this.
This is pretty common garden shrub, actually.
And although this does no foliage on it, it's quite bare at the moment. I can see the potential of where it's going to be in another couple of years. And although, like, you know, I didn't want to just pick a tree, you know, like your white pine, you know, over here. We already know that's beautiful.
And the reality is, I've done some wiring, but it's not really a tree that I've made or. Yeah, for sure. And I think I'm glad looking at the Escalonia.
I do like this. I think the twin trunk aspect with one low and one high is really nice. Do these grow compact or do they send out?
No, they go out. They're absolutely wild bushes, so they'll go out to about 6 to 8 feet.
Keep it, you know, keep pruning and keep it nice and dense. This will be just a lovely tree. The bark on this reminds me of the Paris, the forest flame.
The forest flame.
Yeah, have you heard of this one?
No.
Oh, it's like they have these beautiful sort of leaves that come out like that, and then they come red.
Probably one of my favourite nursery plant to bonsai projects. Yeah. Okay.
And then, of course, this is beautiful. Fantastic structure on this Azalea. Once it gets a little bit more healthy, we talked about this a lot earlier, that'll be just lovely when it flowers. I want to see photos when it flowers, or even, you'll have videos out, right?
Yeah, definitely when that flowers. Okay. So Adam, what on earth have you got in that bucket?
This is a big bucket of fertiliser, liquid feed. It's been diluted already. As you can see, we've got an NPK ratio of 10-10-10. There is a mix of seaweed and fish emulsion, which really helps the microbiome, the soil, stuff like that. So we're going to feed these to the Azalea. You would normally use solid feed.
Well, actually, the reason why we're using a bucket is because Adam looked dumbfounded because I didn't actually have a watering can.
Yeah. So just use a little bit. Liquid feed is a lot quicker acting than the solid stuff. It's directly in. It's quickly absorbed by the roots, where the solid stuff takes a little while to break down. So I'm just going to turn this around. It's a little easier. Just a little bit of this. I mean, everyone's got their own fertilizer regime, so it's just...
This is what we really want to see.
Yeah.
This is my $50 bonsai challenge, by the way, the Azalea Vesuvian eruption type thing. So now, hopefully, with this this feed, it's going to come on trumps. Are you any good with buckets, window cleaning, stuff like that?
Oh, no. I like these too. These are just lovely. Look at that, isn't that cute?
I think what I love most about these is that they were literally £2 cast-offs from a nursery in sort of winter time, and that's 5-6 years later, and you look at that lovely green. Well, I don't know whether I should be sending you back to that that juniper that is desperately wanting the wiring to be continued.
Oh yes, okay, we'll get back to that.
Thanks for having a look around, and by the way, if there's anything that catches your eye, you know what I mean, let me know and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you. Just as we did here, the 2-branch principle, wiring one branch to the other, I'm going to do this with all the other branches of the tree. Do you want to bend this branch?
I think we have to.
Yeah. I've wired this branch, we'll come back, shape this later. Now I'm thinking in the future I'd like this branch to be pulled down this way. Now you can achieve this with coiling wire, But in this case, we're going to apply what's known as a guy wire. And you can always go overboard with this step because it, feels nice to twist it, but really don't go too far. Once you begin to see it look like a bonsai, and in your mind that's the excitement of this is going to be a good tree, that's when you get excited for wiring. And I really, even as I go, I want to start shaping the wire. I'm just going to try and be patient and just wire everything very gently and slowly, and then we'll get to the exciting parts.
He's telling lies. Secretly, he actually wants to do the technical skills of weeding an azalea. Isn't that true?
Oh yeah.
Well, when you've done a few more years, I'll show you the true skills of weeding.
Okay.
You crack on with that boring wiring task. I think it's probably worth interrupting and saying sometimes the manual labour, like wiring, all that sort of dull, boring stuff, that needs to be done by people like Adam. Me, who's an artisan with my chopstick, I need to do the very difficult and technical stuff, which is called weeding. Some people underrate the skills involved in weeding, especially something as delicate and difficult as this azalea creation. So I'm going to leave the boring heavy labour to Adam while I get on with this technical stuff. I'm sure you all understand why. How much of the wiring? Looks like you've got pretty well.
We're about 90% there, just a little bit more, a couple of these little like finer branches to do, because I like to position them all the thicker ones have been done, and we're ready to start shaping this. Just look how thin this is right here. I'll just do an example. So this is quite thin, and we can go this way, and then very tightly we can come this way.
And it just holds.
I just love it.
But also, you're right, the colour also.
Oh yeah, it's just aesthetically, I love the copper colour.
Yeah. But again, definitely good low-skilled labour. And I need to really remind people, when you come back and have a look at this azalea, it's clearly the work that I've put in actually doing the weeding, getting between the rocks, actually lifting figures like that to get under them. There's a lot of technical ability involved in that, and a lot of patience. I think one day Adam may actually achieve the same sort of quality that I do. You're all wired up, aren't you?
All wired up,
you are
look at
well and
that.
truly wired.
Yeah.
And is that the finished tree?
Not yet, not yet.
So what have we got to come?
So what I want to try and do now is, without removing too much foliage, because as I wired, we got this. This is just the pieces that was in between branches, or branches I thought were just not in the right places. I removed them. Always come back to see what's going on.
Do you know what? Future me is editing right now, and future me has got tired of this video. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to sniff and enjoy this incredible azalea, which is actually a cutting that Yellow of Growing Bonsai gave me when he visited last year. So while I spend the rest of the day getting the rest of the edits together for part 2 of this incredible visit with Adam of Notion Bonsai, why don't you do a bit of preparatory work and have a look at the previous video I did about all my incredible ginkgo bilobas. It's just there. Don't miss it. Apart from that, happy bonsaiing, God bless, cheers. Absolutely wonderful.